Hi everybody, this is Abby with Scrap and Abby, and I'm back with another design team project for Linnie Blooms. This is going to be live on the Linnie Blooms blog on Saturday, July 26th, and I'm doing the video just to kind of share with you guys the idea behind my project. So I wanted to do something a little bit different this time. Instead of creating a brand new project, I wanted to kind of update and freshen up a prior project that I've done quite a few years ago, and do that with using some of the Linnie Blooms canvas pieces. So this is just like a little mini canvas board. It's got some magnets on the back side. I made this probably, oh gosh, 7 years ago, something like that. And you know, as we kind of grow in our crafting, our styles change, and I look at this and I love it because of what the focal point is, you know, my husband and our 2 kids. But I see things like, oh, I would do it differently. I would add this. I wouldn't have maybe inked it like that, or just, you know, because your styles kind of change. So I kind of wanted to do a project this week to share with you guys on how to freshen up a current project that you have, or an existing project that you have, using some of the fabulous Linnie Blooms canvas pieces. So from the Bloom collection, I'm thinking about using some of these leftover pieces that I have from another project. I'm trying to get them topped out here. And I have these left over from another project, and you can see I've already done some stamping on the back side. But I can make these into a flower possibly and kind of put it on the side. And then I also am thinking about maybe matting my photo onto this canvas mixed media stitch, this mixed stitched canvas piece here, and I love that because the stitching is just so random, and all the frayed edges, you know, and it's got that crinkle, which I like because there's some paper in between, so that way when I do any kind of spraying or stamping, it's not going to seep through because that paper is going to stop that from happening. And then I'm going to incorporate from one of the mini canvas, or excuse me, one of the canvas pieces, this tree. I'm going to be using that, and the place that we went to was the Enchanted Forest, and so that'd be kind of fun to incorporate a tree since it's kind of mimicking the forest where we were. It's kind of just a small kind of, you know, amusement theme park in our area. So anyway, that's kind of my thought process. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on freshening up this project that I have using these Linnie Bloom canvas pieces that I shared with you guys, and I'll be back with a completed project. Now, if I remember, I'll turn the camera on. If I have a really fun or cool technique that I'm going to be using to alter these pieces, I'll be sure to flip the camera back on and share that with you guys. I'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, and as you guys can tell, that this looks totally different for the most part from what it looked like in the first part of the video. I added some different elements using the Linnie Blooms canvas pieces. I ended up using a total of 3. This is that tree, and then here's that leftover flower that I shared with you guys. This is what the other half looks like, and that's what it looks like plain, of course. And then I just took my tiny attacher and then, you know, just kind of give it a couple pleats. I just kind of stapled along the bottom like that, just to give it some pleatage there, just for, you know, some dimension. And then this is that canvas square, and I believe, pardon my reach here, this is, let me measure real quick. Yeah, this is like 4.5 by 4.5 for that this canvas square here, which I think is really cool. It's the mixed stitched canvas piece, and I love that black stitching. And because of that stitching on there, that's why I chose to use the archival ink on the background stamping for some added texture on this tree, and I had already done that on this leaf from a prior project. And then I just, you know, used my gelatos, and then I just made a cluster of some flowers just to kind of brighten it up a bit. And again, as I mentioned in the first part of the video, the place that we were was the Enchanted Forest, and it's in the Willamette Valley in Oregon, where I live. And my kids are now, my daughter, she's almost 15 and he's almost 19, and they're both taller than I am. So this was, you know, like I said, about 7+ years ago when we took this picture. But it's deep into the, you know, the woods. It's up to next to Willamette Valley Vineyards, so it's up in the hill, and it's got lots of trees, and that's kind of why I wanted to incorporate the tree into the to the piece. And then also the colors I chose with my gelatos was to kind of mimic this, because the sun was kind of setting. It was towards the end of our day, and that's why I liked having this kind of mimicking the sun as well. This, you know, the flower shape here, and then just kind of the oranges and the yellows and the pinks, which is kind of what's kind of in the picture behind my son there. And then it kind of matches also with their 2 shirts that they have on, the pink and the yellow. So, and that's, I didn't do anything to the bottom. I left this like it was because I liked the trim that was on there. The sentiment, of course, I already liked. Nothing is worth more than this day. and then Simple Joys, and that was just a wonderful day. We still look back on that and remember it. So I didn't want to completely change this. I wanted to just kind of freshen it up a little bit, brighten it up, and I did that using some of the Linnie Blooms canvas pieces. So let me share with you again what they look like. Of course, this is the back side of the one, and then this is just plain on the back side as well. And this is what the tree looked like. Sorry for the crinkle. And that's the tree before I altered it. That's how it looks. And so it's really nice, thick, heavy canvas material. I love it. And then for the gelatos, I just used a combination of 4. This is bubble gum. I used lemon, and then green tea, and then also tangerine. And you can purchase the gelatos over at the Linnie Blooms store as well, along in addition with the canvas pieces that I used in my project. And then I just pulled from a couple of my flower stashes, just added some of the, the crystal wheat spray pieces and some of the soft yellow flowers for that flower cluster. This is the pink flower I used for my stash. The white is from Prima. And then a couple of the stamps that I used just for some texture and background. This one's from Prima, and this is what I used on the tree. And this one is from My Mind's Eye, I believe. Yeah, Lost and Found collection. I used this image here. Actually, I didn't. I apologize. I started to use that one, and then I ended up liking how this pink looked against that. So pardon me on that one. I misspoke on that one. And then the ink again is just the archival ink in jet black. And so that is my project. So I hope I was able to inspire you guys to, pull out maybe projects that you're kind of like, oh, I'd like to add this, or maybe change it, or, maybe your design style has changed. You can really freshen and brighten up your existing projects by using just some of the fabulous canvas pieces from Linnie Blooms. And I've used 3 here on my project. So I like how this looks, and this is going back on my desk at work bright and early Monday morning. So again, be sure to check out the Linnie Blooms blog. I'll have a link in the description below. This project will be up on their blog live Saturday, July 26th, and also on my blog, scrap-abby.blogspot.com. If you guys have any questions or anything, or just want to leave some comments, I would love that. Just go ahead and comment below, or you can send me an email to scrapandabby@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. Happy crafting.